Hello, what's going on everybody? Joss is Gaming here and welcome to a Dreams tutorial. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you guys how you can make an effective shootable Easter egg. So let's get ahead and jump into the video right now. Like and subscribe right now or 1 billion zombies will spawn right outside your house. So you guys will now know how to make a shootable Easter egg, but you want to add effects to it. Now this is very easy to do. Now this tutorial is kind of the same, but without using just the two logics that we used in the last video, which is the health manager and the destroyer. So, because in the last video I showed you guys how to make a shootable Easter egg. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make an effective shootable Easter egg. Instead of the object being destroyed and disappearing, it can do an effect and then destroy. So I'm going to show you guys how you can do this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on square and go to the search bar, and we're going to type up an object that we're going to use for our shootable object. So I'm going to type in skull for me. This is what I'm going to use for the shootable Easter egg. So I need to make that a little smaller, and there we go. Let's quickly turn on precise move. There we go. So now we have our object in place. Once you have your object in place, the next thing we're going to do is click square, go to gadgets, and then we're going to go to logic and processing here, and then get yourself a microchip. And then once you got your microchip, click on R2 to move it around like this, and then where it says L1 and X on the object, click L1 and X, L1 and X, and you need to keep on clicking it until it stops saying L1 and X, okay? Once you have that in place, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click L1 and square on the object here, like this, and we need to back out like this, but keep this page open here. And this sometimes connects the object automatically. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, but if it doesn't, where it says apply to object, click on R2 and attach it to your object here for your shootable Easter egg. Mine did it automatically, but some of yours might not, so I'm showing you how to do it, okay? Once your microchip is applied to that object, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open it. You're going to click L1 and X a couple of times until the microchip appears. So when the microchip appears, stop pressing L1 and X. And then we're going to press L1 and X on the microchip, like that. And now we're going to get the logic for the shootable effective object. So we're going to click square and then go to gadgets, and we're going to go to movers and outputs, and these are the two that we're going to need here. We're going to need health manager and a destroyer, but for this we're not going to connect the health manager to the destroyer. That was in the last video. This time we're going to do it effectively. So instead of connecting the no health to the destroyer, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to movers and outputs in the gadget section, and we're going to grab ourselves a follower, because it's going to follow a tag. Once you got the follow, the next thing we're going to do is go back into movers and outputs in the gadget section, and we need to grab ourselves an emitter right here. So now we have the 4 logics from the movers and outputs. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click square, go into gadgets, back out of movers and outputs if you're still in that, and then we're going to go into sensors and inputs and grab ourselves a trigger zone right here. So now we have all 5 of the objects. Before we edit it, we're going to go to sensors and inputs in the gadget section, and we're going to grab ourselves a tag, because it's going to follow a tag after we shoot the object. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to place the tag on top of the object. Do what I'm doing, guys, just so you know, okay? So I'm going to have it face like this. Let's have a look. See, that's on top. That's good. We need to edit the tag, guys, okay? So click L1 and square and then change the name at tag. I'm going to change mine to target. So now we have the tag edited. We're going to edit the logics in the microchip. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit the health manager. So click L1 and square on the health manager. And it's going to say current health and max health in the properties section. We're going to change the current health to lower than 0.5. You can have it 0.5, 4, 3, 2 or 1. I'm going to set mine to 1, for example. And make sure you set your max health to the same. If it's 0.2, set it to 0.2. If it's 0.1, set it to 0.1, and so on. So now we have our health manager in place. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to edit the follower. There is one important thing in here that we're going to edit. When you open the follower, click L1 and square. You will notice this green appears. As you guys notice, there is a trigger zone in the follower itself. So just be aware of that. You need to make sure the green is around the objects you're going to be shooting and the tag as well. Okay? So we need to change the tag name. That's the most important one. If you don't remember what your tag name is, look at your tag right to you. So for example, mine is target. I remember that off by heart, but I'm just showing you guys. So make sure you enter that name that your tag has named. So mine is target. And you can change the speed if you want to by clicking L1 and square to change it. I'm going to change mine to 1, for example. So now we have the follower and the health manager edited. We're going to edit the emitter next. Click L1 and square. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the emit speed to 0, emit mode set at once, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves an object to create an effect. So I'm going to click on square, go to the search bar, and I'm going to type up, let's say, explosion, for example. And I'm going to use this one here by MM. So this is what I'm going to use as an effective Easter egg here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up the emitter again by clicking L1 and square. So we've got the emit speed and the emit mode set. We're going to object to emit, click on X, and whatever you got for your effective output, where it says object to emit, you're going to click on X on this object right here, just like that. So now your effective object is connected to the emitter. So when it emits next to the tag, it's going to create this effect, okay? But you want to move this effect to the normal object that's going to explode and create an effect on. So I'm going to have mine around the middle right here. And there we go. So we've got the health manager, follower and emitter in place. We don't need to edit the destroyer, we just need to edit the trigger zone. So we're going to click L1 and square on the trigger zone. And then we're going to go to zone size. I'm going to set mine to cube. and make sure it's set around your shootable object right here, like mine is, for example. And mine is around the shootable object right here. Once you've got the zone around the suitable objects, we're going to go back to important properties on the trigger zone, and we're going to detect it as a tag, and you're going to detect it as a target. Because when the trigger zone hits the target, it's going to create an emitted explosion effect, and it's going to destroy the object. Okay? Just going to move this to the left a little bit. There we go. So now we're going to connect them up. We're going to connect this health manager where it says no health to the power on the follower right there. We're going to connect the trigger zone to the emitter right here, and we're going to connect the trigger zone to the destroyer right here. And that is the logic. If you want to test it out in the dark, you can do that. Let's go to square, and then we're going to go to cameras and lightning, and then go to sun and sky. Then we're going to go to element and square on this icon here where the sun and sky is. Then we're going to go to sky properties, and then set the sky brightness to lower than 10%. I'm going to have mine at 0, so in the dark. So once you've got your sun and sky in place, the last thing we need to do is we need to click L1 and square on the object, go to labels and ownership, and set it as faux. So when you shoot the object, it's going to follow this tag right here where it says target. And then when the trigger zone hits the target, it's going to create an emitted effective explosion, and it's going to destroy the object. So we're going to test it now. So let's shoot it. And there you go, guys. That is how you do an effective shootable Easter egg. If this tutorial did indeed help you out, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below for more Dreams tutorials that will be coming up next, and we'll see you later.